This week you have your investigation question due for your science fair project. Today I'm going to give you an overview of a website that could help you determine a question or a project for you to work on. So the website that you can go to is sciencebuddies.org, and once you're there, there are spots that say project ideas, project guide, ask an expert, blog, science careers, teachers, parents, and students. You can click here and get information about project ideas. You can also say search for a project. You can say help me find a project. With helping that, there is a topic selection wizard tool, and basically what it does is it has you take a survey. So when is it due? Our project's due in more than a month. We're the 7th grade level in school. I can pick any area for my project, and then after you look at these questions, it says how confident do you feel understanding these questions. So let's just say we're progressing for now. I'm going to go through and I was going to answer the questions. I've already simulated some answers you might have and clicked on the answers I would choose. So for example, do you enjoy gardening and working with plants? Yes. I actually want to change that to sometimes. But there's a variety of questions to ask and go on there. I think a student might have helped me fill this one out. So I'm going to come down here and I say what my gender is. So I tell you I'm a female, and I don't need to worry about my ethnicity unless I want to choose that. And then I click on this button that says Make Recommendations. And from here, it gives me a list of recommendations for the projects. So here might be a really good one because it says, how salty does the sea have to be for an egg to float? That's an actual investigation question where you could have a control, where you could have water that doesn't have salt in it, and then have cups with different types of salt, and then be able to track that amount to be able to solve this problem and give yourself some data for it. Another really good thing is to do a project that occurs over time. So looking for one that does that is also an interesting way of doing it. Now, there are some interesting topics in here. So a lot of kids might do something like, I want to build a tornado with the 2-liter containers and mix it around. Now, the issue is that these ones aren't necessarily going to be projects that you can collect data on and compare and the data with graphs or other charts. So we need to make sure that it's actually a question that you have a control on. There's variables that you're changing and you're monitoring that. So I would go through, and if you can see right here, there are tons of ideas. You have so many pages to look at that there's really not a shortage of ideas. Here you can also change your difficulty and the time that it takes you to do the project. Now if you want to go to the project guide, again, it does give you some more information. It does, back here on the project guide, you can browse just by topic instead of doing the actual survey. And then under students, it gives you some more information about why you would be doing a science fair project. And again, here's one more area where it says science fair project help. Something else you might want to look at on this website is they do have information on the scientific method. And you could just search for it if you need to. When we do that, it actually has information on it, and it also has the steps of the scientific method. So this can actually remind you of how it works and what you need to consider when you're using the scientific method, which is something that we find very important for this project. So just make sure that you're using resources to make sure that your project is the best idea for you in terms of what's going to be easy for you to do, what you understand, and how to build it and keep track of the information, but also making sure that it's something you're interested in and is feasible to do in the amount of time we have left for our science fair project. So today I want you to consider your questions, make sure the one that you have works for you, or to select a new one so you're prepared when your question selection is due. If you have any questions, you can always email me, and you can also visit the blog when I put information up, or we can meet during our conferencing time or another time during the day. Thank you for listening.